Oh well. All right. Do you want me to go first, or you want to go first?
It doesn't matter.
Hello, Timmy.
All right. All right. I'll go ahead. I'll go ahead and start first. Minato's Flying Thunder God's just better than Tobirama's. You fine with that?
Depends on what you mean by that.
He improved the efficiency of it, able to use it better. Stated multiple times in the data book, where Tobirama even compliments him on his striking.
On his striking, can you show me that?
I'll show you both of them.
Besides, Minato only improves on like some techniques of the Flying Raijin.
Yeah, we can wait on that. Let me get the scans.
5 minutes for stands, not playing.
Is it good with that stuff?
Hmm. And then
At least I still have my dad, CJ. So
So do you have your dad, CJ?
all right, so the first scan is talking about the efficiency of the Flying Thunder God, and the second is talking about the
What the fuck was that?
efficiency of it.
sorry. Repeat that, Chrome. Did not hear it.
I said the first scan is talking about the efficiency of the Flying Thunder God, the Fisto support, but the one you were asking about is for the striking as well. I provided for it. Hey, whoever is that nigga, can they get
That's
muted or
fish.
just shut the fuck up?
I'm still local meeting him for now.
I timed him out.
I have to read all this, bro. Come on.
I can read it for you. It's the last paragraph that matters. The techniques developed by Tobirama Senji was later inherited by his disciples, enhancing the reputation of the users. Minato and Namikaze improved into the Raijin Thunder God Jutsu, earning the moniker Yellow Flash. Exceptional techniques are polished by the disciples and evolve with the times. So yeah, he improved and used it. So he's just able to use it better and quicker.
Chrome, I literally told you I could read it myself. I didn't need you to talk.
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm just providing context for the people and the recording. It's not just for you, right?
Okay. It doesn't say anything about that he uses it better. He just says that he uses it and.
Well, what do you think improved means?
Oh, I
improved
didn't see
means like using it better, right?
Sorry, I somehow skipped over that part. Sorry, I was looking at like the rest of the panel. My bad.
You're fine. The second one is just talking about the striking, but the first one is where we're on the efficiency.
Hold on. He improved with like certain technique. He's just not better at it overall. He just like does.
Well, what do you think improved? Well, do you want to? We know that the Flying Raijin is also able to travel at different speeds as well. We see that with the Shadow Clone. So if he's improving it, it should be able to be the speed as well.
Chrome, that's not how that works. You're aware. You don't improve.
Oh, why?
You don't improve teleportation speed. Like that's not a thing that exists.
Well,
in fact, hold on. I know it's.
Well, what is it? Well, hold on. So, what does it mean by the Shadow Clone?
Hold on. I will elaborate if you stop talking. Now, the Tobirama statement, he's not in reference to when he says a clone Flying Raijin is slow. He's in reference that the clone cannot use Flying Raijin as fast as them, not the Flying Raijin itself. You can't decrease or
yeah. So, but what I'm saying is that. So, what would be the interpretation of improve? Because improve just means efficiency and how you're able to use it. So, it could just be like in reference to being able to tag quicker, being able to react quicker. Like we even see in the one shot of him improving it. Because in the one shot he had to use the FDG with one symbol, his hand signs, and then now he doesn't need to.
You're saying a lot of stuff. Can I please attack this one at a time?
Yeah, well, it's still one argument. I'm just providing more reasoning as to why this is the case, right?
Okay, so improved, there can be multiple interpretations for improved. All right.
Such as
He can improve the technique by using it in a certain way that Tobirama
which
does it
would
that could
be
be more efficient. Like for example,
such
the
a
way
okay, yeah. So okay,
if
cool.
you
So you're agreeing
Chrome,
that it could be
Chrome,
more efficient.
Chrome, you're
Yeah,
asking me
yeah,
a
no, no,
question.
no. You're agreeing that it could be more efficient, so he just does it better.
Okay, Chrome, can you please shut up and let me finish my explanations? You just keep
Well,
interrupting.
I'm just if you're
Come
going
on.
by this, I'm just asking that these are the things you're saying, right? That we got to take into account. So if you're agreeing with me, then what's the
I'm
issue?
not agreeing with you actually.
All
I'm
right,
just
then
saying
why did you say
basically
that
okay,
there's
what I'm saying,
different varieties?
Chrome, is this the part where you actually let me explain stuff because you keep talking? All right, let me
Well,
explain stuff before you counter.
well, I'm just
Now,
making you be aware of what you're saying because you're helping my argument, right?
okay. Now, listen closely, okay? What I'm saying is that the many ways that you can improve a technique is like, for example, like I said, he can use it in a different way. For example, using his
Which would be
kunais,
better, right, than Tobirama's?
Chrome, stop interrupting. What I'm saying is that when he uses the kunais like this, oh, it's a more efficient way to use it. It's not better, it's just a more efficient way because the way Minato uses the jutsu. It's like saying, well, I can use a Rasengan like this, but what if I took a Rasengan and threw it? It's literally still hitting someone with a Rasengan, but you did it in a different way.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
more
yeah.
efficient that way.
So even yeah, so we can like both agree that the teleportation would be the same speed, but if he's improving this in different ways than Tobirama can, then it's just in a fight, it would just be more efficient than what Tobirama would be able to do. If we're just talking about different skills and like the usage of abilities, that would apply to combat, right? Because why else would you learn these things?
I mean, he can use the flying Raijin in a certain way. Doesn't mean that he
Which
would be able to
yeah,
do it.
well, these certain ways could be in relation to combat experience because these are jutsus, right, that are used for combat.
Okay, but you realize that it doesn't matter how he uses it. He still needs to like have the speed to use the moves effectively, which he
You're
doesn't.
talking about and able to like the fact that if the person's able to react to it.
Yeah, because Minato still has to
Yeah,
use the
but
moves
if
effectively.
wait, so that means if it's stated that Minato is able to do this better, then the reaction time should coincide with it. Because if he's worse at it, then he wouldn't be able to do the FTG as efficiently. So
Okay,
his
so if
reaction would have to
we're
be
in
faster.
agreement, hold on. If we're in agreement that he can do it in certain ways, like use the move in an efficient way, all right, he can do it in an efficient way, which quote unquote would improve because he's using the jutsu in a different way. That would be better, but that doesn't mean he has the speed to do the effectiveness first.
Well, yeah,
It's all
we
dependent on his
we can get
speed.
it. Yeah, we can get into that since you're saying that he has a slower reaction time. I'm just saying that like this is what the argument
So hold
for
on.
what it has to be.
Let me give you an example. Let's use the Rasengan argument again. Let's say two characters have the Rasengan, and this
Mhm.
character B is more efficient because he used the Rasengan like he threw it at an opponent instead of just running at them. But here's the problem: character B is slower than character A, so his jutsu won't be effective though because like
Yeah,
he
yeah,
doesn't
but
have
that's what I'm
to
saying.
use it.
Your argument, yeah. Currently, your argument is right now is that his reaction is slower. So I'm just saying, like, where's that shown?
Multiple times throughout the war arc that he's just
Yeah,
shown to be.
you're gonna have to show. You're gonna have to show me.
Y'all ready for like the classic scans everyone knows about?
Are you gonna pull the Jubito TSO thing?
Hold on.
Because I don't see what the issue is if you're agreeing that he's able to utilize this better
Hold
in
on.
combat, then the reaction has to coincide with that.
Let me post my scans before you like say something. All right. Here are like multiple instances, or I guess not multiple, but here are instances of
Damn, nigga.
Tobirama able to like blitz Jubito before Jubito can
Okay,
properly react.
okay. So hold on. So with that one, we know that two things you can address like each argument individually, but
Okay,
one that
okay,
was a very the Juby. We can just talk
I'm
about the
stopping you
Juby
right
clone.
there. I'm
We can
stopping you
talk
right
about the
there.
Juby clone. Yeah. I won't
Hold
shotgun
on.
you. We're just talking
Yeah, just
about that. It's
one point at a
yeah,
time.
yeah. Okay, yeah. I got you. I got you. So the first one is that it's at a far distance, so you can just react easier with the Jubito.
with Jubito.
Jubito's real far. Yeah, Jubito's real far away in this instance, and if you're farther away, it's easier to react.
Okay. Do you want the context of that first part?
Well, I'll show you the distance. We can show the distance as well.
Because
So I
here's
think
the
a
thing.
distant plate.
Because here's the thing you're missing. The speed of which Jubito does the blitz is like incredible. Because like he's literally at a distance in one
Yeah, no, I
Hold
agree
up,
that
stop.
speeds can be
Chrome, I'm
incredible.
gonna ask you politely one last time. Stop interrupting while I'm giving an argument, please and thank you. Like Jesus.
Yeah,
Christ.
but I'm agreeing with you with certain shit. So like, I'm just saying it's at a far distance.
You agree after I give my argument, right? Like, because like I don't want you interrupting. Please.
Look, here goes the distance for that blitz.
Yeah, okay, this is my point. They're at a distance, and the immediate they got blitzed, meaning that Jubito did this in a mere instant, but Tobirama still reacted.
That could just be that could just be like a cinematic timing thing, right? We don't have to explicitly see a scan of him moving in the process. We can just infer that it's at a far distance. Whenever he got attacked, Tobirama was able to react easier due to the distance. I'm not disagreeing that it's extremely fast. Like characters in the late war arc are all extremely fast.
Okay, but yeah, Tobirama would be the fastest of them all, except Jubito.
You're gonna have to. Yeah, that would be your burden to prove. But right now we're talking about this Jubito.
So you're saying this distance thing, and it could be cinematic. Okay, that really doesn't matter at all because like you would have to prove that the distance and like the whole we don't see his speed. You have to prove that any of that actually fucking matters, which it doesn't.
It doesn't matter. I already explained that. I already talked about how distant plays a factor. The farther something is, the easier it is for you to react to. And we also know that this is like an unstable Jubito where shit is like fluctuating.
Hold on. You need to like provide that like even within this distance that he moved slow enough for them to react because he doesn't.
You're just arguing. What'd you say?
Because he moves insanely fast. In fact, if you look at the second,
I'm not disagreeing, bro. I'm not disagreeing that he's moving insanely fast.
Stop interrupting.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Okay, what I'm saying. Okay, if you let me elaborate, let me say this real quick. What I'm saying is that this blitz happens so fast, characters don't react until like after it happens. Like look at Naruto and them. They're like, what the? They react after it happened. So this was like an insane level of blitz for them.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing, bro. First of all, what are you trying to get?
Why you have a problem with it?
I don't think you're understanding the argument.
Chrome.
I already said that it's a far distance makes these things easier, and it's a fluctuating Jubito. Okay. And we know that chakra can affect your speed whenever it's fluctuating, or it can just affect like a lot of shit. Okay, that's why I say it's like this can be incredibly fast. This can be incredibly fast, but that doesn't take away the fact that Tobirama can react easier because it's farther.
Okay,
I'm not disagreeing with this nigga is super fast.
Chrome. You know what'd be funnier? You know what the funny part is? Even if I allowed that, that would just prove Minato slower because he also reacts slower. Because he reacts along with Sasuke. Like, you realize that, right?
Which one?
Look at the second scan. Naruto, Sasuke, and Minato basically have a reaction at the same time after the blitz occurred. So Minato's reaction to it was slower. So even if I agree with the distance...
Wait, he can still... He doesn't have to be shocked like at the speed. He could just be... The reason he's doing that reaction is just like the result of the damage. Not necessarily reacting late. He could just be like, oh shit, this thing happened.
Minato's first words...
Yeah, it's the what the...
No, Naruto said what the. Minato's reaction was so swift. Minato complimented his speed.
Wait, so that means wait. If he's complimenting his speed, that means he's able to process of how fast he's going.
Okay, he doesn't process because he literally reacts after it happens. And considering the fact that he just witnessed like a fucking blitz, he's like, "Damn, so swift!" Like he did it so fast.
If he's saying so swift, that means he's able to comprehend the speed.
He doesn't. He doesn't comprehend it. If he comprehends it, then he would say something as it was happening, but he doesn't.
Why does Why does he have to say as it's happening? Why can't he just say it after? Like I don't know why he has to say it before or during it. Why can't he just make like his comment afterwards? Like, damn, that nigga's fast.
Because okay, there is no basis based on the. Okay, sorry, but I'm stuttering a bit.
Well, the
Okay,
basis is the
hold on,
both
hold on,
both
hold
of
on,
our
hold on,
interpretations
hold
to
on.
the scan.
Chrome, shut the fuck up. Let me talk. All right. I'm like,
I'm just
stop.
helping you out.
Okay. Minato, I'm putting Minato on the basis that he reacts after. You're saying, well, he could have just been perceived it. Yeah, yada. Okay, where is the proof that he does perceive it at the speed? Because based on what we see in the panel, he doesn't fully react until after it happened. Meaning that he didn't.
I already made my argument. Yeah, I already made my argument.
Okay, and your argument was shit. Now.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care if you think it's shit. I'm telling you that can happen.
Yeah,
And
it
you're not
can't
really
happen.
giving any you're not really giving any
Chrome.
good refutation of saying why him reacting after inherently means that he's reacting slower than another character. I already addressed that you can make a comment to see the result of it happening to be able to process it.
All right, Chrome. You
Well, I was
can
giving
say,
your argument and then my rebuttal towards it. That's all.
Okay, Chrome. You're saying that he can like perceive it. The problem is you're not saying that he most likely did perceive it. That's your problem. All right, I'm on the basis that he most likely didn't perceive it until after, or he didn't like know what was going on until after, considering what we see the order of events occur.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, if that's the case, I can still insert just the Greison's razor. What I'm actually trying to imply is that there is a likelihood, regardless, or at best, there's an equal interpretation, and this shit doesn't go through for you.
Okay, you did not prove that it's equal, so that's a lie. So,
we're deriving two different interpretations to it, right? And I already provided reasoning why this could be the case.
You did not.
In order for him, I already said that. In order for, we can move on from this, but I'll just conclude by saying this. In order for him to say so swiftly,
I'm gonna stop
hold on.
I'm gonna stop right there. You did not.
We already addressed
this. You did not
this.
provide a reason. You did not.
I don't care what you think. I'm telling you, this is what happened. All right, I don't give a fuck what you think. Anyways, like I was saying, to conclude on this bit, I already talked about how the distance plays a factor whenever you're reacting to something, because the farther the way it is, it could be easier to react to. I mean, hold on, just real quick. We are concluding on this point, right?
No, I didn't agree to that. Because
I don't want to. Well, I just want to progress the debate forward. If we keep on talking about this one scan for an hour, that's stupid.
Okay, because I'm trying to call you out on something that you're lying about. You never provided why your reasoning would be like equal or whatever like that. You never provided.
I already did. I just did it concisely.
You just said Minato can perceive it. That's all you said. You didn't provide anything else for it. So
okay. Anyways, no. I already explained of why he could just be doing this.
No, you did not.
Yeah, I already did. If you don't think so, that's fine. We I don't
go back on
care
my
what you
recording
think
right now and prove that you did not say that. You only said that he can perceive it, and that's it.
No, nigga, what are you talking about?
Am I speaking English to you? Am I speaking another language?
Bro, you're saying that because right now the argument is as you're saying, oh, there's a level of probability. You just inserted a possibility, so therefore it's not valid. What I'm saying is that if I'm giving an alternate interpretation of the scan and showing why this is the case, which I already did, then this scan wouldn't go through, or my shit just wins, and it's it is what it is. We can just move on from the scan.
I'm gonna break this down for you, okay? So we have these order of event, or we have this event occur, and we both need to give interpretations of what's happening. So I give the interpretation based on the fact that Jubito hold on, shut up. Based on the fact that Jubito does this, and then we already saw the event happen, and characters don't react until after. All right, we see them give their reaction right after it occurred, meaning that it's most likely that that's when they fully understood what was going on. They're like, oh shit. All right. And you just said, well, he can be perceiving at the same time, and don't elaborate further on why he can. You just say that he can, but you don't provide why.
Then you probably just got lost in the sauce. Just to conclude on this point, because I'm tired of arguing this. So can we conclude on this point, Sam? I don't care what you think if I didn't address what.
I'll literally just take that as you're not arguing your case. So
I don't care what you think. All right, this is a matter of what to the judges, people. I don't give a fuck what you think.
Just move on then. So
okay, cool. So I'll go ahead and conclude on this point. So
Chrome, shut the fuck up. I don't care about conclusions. Just move on.
Well, I don't care what you think. I'm doing this for the judges because we got into a whole entire word chatter, right? So in
Judges, what
conclusion,
judges? There is no
so
judge.
well, it doesn't matter if there's an official judge. I'm just providing for the people who are going to listen and base their own judgment off of this, right? So I can still do it regardless. And if you don't want to give a conclusion, you don't have to. I just want to provide more clearance to my argument.
I would rather you most likely move on.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna keep on concluding
It
my
does
point.
matter.
So what I said was
Because you're halting the
the
dialectic
first
by
thing that
refusing to move on.
you can think that. So anyways, so like I was saying, to conclude on
I'm
the
giving you
overall
1 minute
point,
to conclude, or
one,
else
the part
stop.
that was well, I don't care if you think I can see it. That's just you running away because you're just afraid for me to conclude on a point. So anyways, like I was
literally
saying, he
told you
didn't. I
conclusions
already
don't
talked
matter.
about how the distance was farther away, makes you easy to react. Two, there was never an adjustment on the unstable part of how chakra is able to affect speed. Never got adjusted within this point. Three, I already talked about how just because a person is reacting after doesn't inherently mean that they're only reacting at that specific time. If Minato is saying so swiftly, I said this during the process of the point. If he's saying moving so swiftly, that means he's most likely or probably he's most likely probably processing of him going from point A to point B. That's why he has to say so swiftly. Swiftly implies like a process of recognizing what's going on. So if I'm providing that context deriving from this evidence that Sam is trying to provide, and he's asserting this and saying this is when it's slower, then I'm either providing an equal interpretation or just showing that this is negligible and he's processing it.
So
Yeah,
that's
you
like
can
a
think
third
that. Yeah, you could
So
think that. Yeah, what's the
I
Who
third
are y'all
lie?
concluding
Chrome,
for? Wait, but who are y'all concluding for? Who's the judge?
No. What I said is
nobody.
that I don't.
He literally just said he
Yeah,
wants to conclude, and I told him it doesn't fucking
yeah,
matter. But he's a bitch.
yeah,
Listen.
yeah. I don't
So
care what you
now
think.
move
So
on.
what the person that was asking, I said that even though there's no official judge, I'm providing a conclusion for the people who do want to listen or give their own judgment off of this, just to clarify on what my point is.
Yeah,
That's
nobody
all I was
fucking
doing.
cares.
Okay.
All right.
That's
Now
Yeah,
it.
I
That's
don't
please
care
it.
what
move
you
on.
think. I don't care what you think. We can move on.
All right. Now, what's your second problem with these scans?
Hold on. All right, yeah, we can address the TSO thing because he was just nerfed in this situation.
Who?
Minato, you're using the TSO shit. I'm talking about how he was nerfed and this makes you
He's
slower.
not nerfed. He's not nerfed.
All right, prove that.
Okay, so first let's elaborate why is he nerfed or how is he nerfed?
Well, this is your burden now. You said he isn't doing this, so show me why.
Okay, well first I actually need context of why he's nerfed.
Well, no. You said he is not nerfed, so you asserted that claim. So I'm telling you to prove it.
Okay, so okay, fine. I'll go under the basis that you're going to use the dazed argument. Am I correct?
The which argument?
The Minato is dazed argument.
Yeah, and I can provide extra context to show how like
Okay.
chakra affects your
Okay,
sensory
so-
abilities and your physicals.
Okay, so shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. All right. I'm going to provide context of why Minato is not dazed at all.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so actually no. Whoops. Hold on. Let me provide this first. Let me actually get this. Let's go over the first scan first because like it's the most important one because it goes right into directly to the others 5. So give it a second.
Mhm.
All right. So the definition of dazed, because people use the he stayed to be dazed or like that, make someone unable to think or react properly, stupefied, bewildered, or a state of stunned confusion, bewilderment. Basically meaning if you're in a daze, you can't think, you can't react, you basically can't do anything. You're just like you're shocked and you're like you can't do anything right.
It doesn't. It's not like a
Hold on, shut
absolute.
up,
It could
shut
just
up,
affect
shut
your
up, shut up,
sensories.
shut up.
Well, you made a claim right
Shut
there,
up.
so I'm just addressing it.
A claim? I mean, that's literally what
Yeah,
it says. So, and
yeah, but you're
so
providing a
anyway,
certainty. You're providing a certainty right now, so it's just like just
I
pointing
mean,
that out.
okay, based on the fact that it says make someone unable to think or react properly and that you're in a state of stunned confusion, I don't know what else you can interpret from that.
Well, I
Minato,
mean,
if he was in a
yeah,
daze, he would just be in a state of like he can't think at all,
yeah,
really.
yeah,
Or
but
sorry,
we
not
would
think at
provide
all.
context with how chakra works, and we know that affects like your physicals, especially your mental. How it's make you like affecting your chakra, and chakra is correlated to strength and reaction and all that.
Okay,
I
so
I, I can show that too.
anyways, as I was saying before you rudely interrupted,
Alright,
as you
cool.
can see, based on all these panels, Minato was able to react and make rational decisions on the fly. So if he was in a daze, he wouldn't be able to do this at all. He's not in a daze at all. If he was, then these panels would not be happening.
Hold on, let me go to the chapter. I think it's like what, like 640 something. Yeah, I'm gonna like provide context of why chakra affects your physicals and like your sensory and everything. Hello.
I mean,
Wait, Crumb, did you hear what he said?
You
Did you hear what he said though?
Yeah,
Because I think you're not attacking what he's saying.
yeah, if
like
you
an-
don't attack it, I'll just call you
bringing
out
that
for
up
it. And
doesn't
we'll just,
attack what he says.
yeah, it doesn't.
on which part?
He's
Okay.
saying like
No,
his whole thing is that he's engaged.
historic. I got this.
My bad. Go ahead. Dude.
Yeah, sorry. That sounded a bit rude. I'm sorry. I can just elaborate for him. All right. What I'm saying is that based on the panels and the context I provided, Minato is not in a daze. If Minato is not in a daze based on these contexts, then his chakra affecting his body, whatever, doesn't matter. Because for it to be affected, he needs to be in a daze. And I just provided why he's not in a daze.
Yeah. I already explained of like what days can just slow you down. It doesn't have to be like a permanent paralysis type of thing. I'm just saying that the way chakra affects your sensory abilities and how well you move. If I just like
Chrome.
establish that, then we're fine.
Chrome. I'm going to read this out for you one last time. And if you
Yeah,
somehow
saying
still miss it, I'm
unable
going
to
to.
do that.
I'm
I'm saying that
shush.
doesn't have to
Shush.
be exactly like
Okay.
that.
Let's go over this then. Make someone unable to think or react properly. Let's just go with that. You
Yeah,
cannot
he
think
wasn't able to react
or react
properly.
properly.
Exactly.
Now look at the panels. He's able to react and think properly. He's able to he's able to perceive these events and think in his mind. He's able to be like, oh yeah, hold on, sorry. Do I have the? Oh yeah, he's able to come up with a plan. He's like, yeah, I'll have to do my move. I have to create an opening. He's literally coming up with a plan. Jubito's attacking him, and he reacts to it. He does all this stuff, which
Hmm.
contradicts his ability to unable to think or react. So that means he's not in a daze. Because if he was in a daze, he couldn't do these things, but he does.
Wait, doesn't this happen like way later after the incident of the arm though? Oh wait, no,
No,
no, this happens
all this
prior, right?
happens. All this happens
Can you show me
as
the
soon as they start
chapter?
fighting.
Show me the chapter real quick. Tell me the chapter.
Let me find it for you. Hold on.
It'd be like 650 something.
I think it's 640 is when some of these happen. I'm not saying all of them, but like 640 is when some of them happen. Yeah, I think like the first two panels happen in 640.
The thing is
Sorry.
like you could still
Actually, no,
be in
sorry,
combat.
sorry to interrupt,
Because
sorry, but
the thing
all these
is,
scans happen in 640, sorry.
yeah, you're fine. But the thing is like you can still be in combat and have your physicals be affected. Like that's not really a contradiction to anything. Like you can still be active, but we see that with the whole
Okay.
unstable Jubito shit, where his chakra's getting affected. We see a lot of these reactions are like due to Jubito possibly being slower because of like the unstable shit.
Okay, so let me attack that in like I don't want a shotgun, but like I kind of had two different like things to say. So
Hold on, let me see how. Hold on, let me see how long we're debating because I don't like.
I guess I'll attack the second one real quick. The first three panels show Minato thinking and coming up with a plan, and then the last two are when he's fighting a stable Jubito who like has his chakra controlled and shit like that. meaning that Minato reacts to this
Are,
first.
are
It's not like he's fighting.
you're talking about? Well,
But
the kunai one is whenever Obito like just transformed into it. Minato didn't like
Yeah, that's what I'm
expect that
saying,
to
like-
happen.
Yeah, but he still
Yes. What I'm
reacts
saying is
properly.
that because it was like
So
what I'm saying is that Jubito, whenever he was turning into the Ten Tails, he was stationary. So it was just easier for Minato to go up to him if you're a stationary object. Whenever he went up to him, that's whenever he transformed and got caught off guard with that shit. But that still doesn't contradict the fact that you can still be having your physicals
hold on,
affected during
Chrome.
Sakura.
Chrome. Him standing still doesn't matter. What I'm pointing out is that the fact that Jubito attacks him and Minato reacts and then dodges or teleports away. I don't really care about him walking.
Are you
up
talking
to
about
him.
whenever
That
he
really doesn't
says
matter.
to shoot?
Yeah, he like Jubito attacks him, and then he's perceiving this, and he reacts in
Well,
in
yeah,
a proper manner.
it's easy. Yeah, it will. Yeah, well, it would be easier to react in that situation because his arm is on the left side, so there's like a greater distance, so it's easier to react to. Because we can see it's like really if it's like the speed isn't that fast. He brings out his hand, he says the word shoot, and then flies out. So it's not like a super fast like moment during this time. So it would just be easier to react to.
Get in the bed. Get in the bed.
Hey, someone get in the bed, bro. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I kind of want to conclude on this point, so I was gonna go into the body flick and shit, but
In fact,
I kind of already
you know what's
know.
funny? Hold on. You know what's funny? In fact, this hand swipe wasn't even meant to like attack him properly. He literally shows that he's like, yeah,
Are you laughing at that
sure,
song?
and shows that he planted a Biju.
And
And his intent wasn't really to like attack and like swipe at him.
You
He
don't
literally
know?
planted a Biju. So,
Alright,
because
go
he
to
knows
bed.
how Minato is.
Hey,
KJ,
hold on.
mute your mic.
Someone's super loud, bro. I can't hear you, Sam.
Yeah, I'm looking
KJ,
at you,
you go.
KJ. I'm not trying to hear that.
No,
Yes, you was.
no.
Yes, you was.
Yo, KJ. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I'll go ahead and mute him too. What were you saying, Sam?
And let me look and meet him. Okay, so what I was saying that I, what was I saying? Oh, rest in peace, KJ. When Obito does the swipe, I mean, we can say like, yeah, he's trying to attack, but his plan here, because like he's stable, he's mentally aware now. He knows how Minato is, so he'll just plant a Biju bomb. That's literally why he like
No,
does
wait,
this
the
attack.
BG bomb wasn't that? Wait, BG bomb? You talking about the TSO?
Correct. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. What I'm saying is like it wasn't like a super fast thing because for him saying the word shoot in his head, it's not like a very fast movement. It could still be
Because-
put on his arm,
Hold on.
right? And the fact that he
knows how
reacted
Minato
after
is. He knows how Minato is, so he's doing this.
Minato is. What do you mean how Minato is?
Obito, A, he has fought Minato. B, he knows of Minato because he was
Yeah.
Minato was his sensei. He knows of the yellow flash of the leaf and his abilities. So he would obviously be well aware that he's going to use flying Raijin in a fight in certain ways. So if he attacks him and Minato is aware of what these Gurudamas are going to actually no, hold on. Sorry, he's not aware of what Gurudamas do.
I don't think like I don't think
let me finish elaborating. Let me finish elaborating. Actually, the point is that Obito knows that Minato is going to use Flying Raijin in a way, so he's just like, you know what? Let me use that to advantage. So when Minato teleports away, he's like, "Yeah, are you sure you got away? Because I just planted something on you, bro." Like,
I don't think that combat move has to inherently do with his like knowledge of Obito. I feel like if there was any other person in that situation, because of the way the TSOs operate, especially since we know the TSOs are like, I believe now at this point, after this happens, whenever it got affected with the TSO, he no longer can regenerate. So it could just be the fact that any person that would happen to be an Edo in that form, he would just do this move to get rid of the Edo body, right? Because that's the effect of the TSO. So it doesn't have to be his combat or his experience of
I guess
being within the
either
code.
or. The point is that Obito does this. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
wait,
So it's
all
an
this is on
either-or
the basis that
situation.
Minato just reacts anyway. So
Yeah. It's an either or situation. Yeah, I got you. We can move on.
and I guess like to like go into a second counter, you say like, well, Jubito could be slow and stuff like that. Okay, like okay, even if I agree to him being slow, why does that prove that Minato is like his like speed or his stats are affected? It doesn't prove that.
What I'm saying that okay, so if you're hypothetically steelmanning this idea and saying that all right, Jubito is now slower, what I'm saying is that because Jubito is now slower and having this like fluctuating chakra before the kunai hit, right? We're talking about the shit that's happening before this. Then his stats being nerfed doesn't really matter.
Wait. This is a stabilized Jubito. What do you want
Yeah,
about?
okay. Hold on. Let me clarify. So whenever the little kunai interaction happens, it's easier for Minato to do that because prior to this he was stationary. I already mentioned that. And so him coming in for the attack and then
Sorry.
Obito turning into this form, it could just be
Okay, so like I said earlier, why does him being stationary matter at all?
because if his physicals are slower and you're going to a stationary object, it could just appear that your physicals are at the same speed, but that's just because it's a stationary object, right? You wouldn't be able to tell
Okay,
how
but
slow he is because if
the stationary doesn't matter considering we're only focused on the attacks that happen. We don't care about the stationary before.
yeah, I don't think you're understanding the argument.
I understand what you're saying, but it really doesn't matter to like this entire argument in the first place.
I
Like,
think it would.
you're bringing up something that has no relevance to this like feat.
No. I think I think it does have relevance because
Okay,
if
you
he's
can
trying to,
as you
yeah,
say, you
okay,
can think
look,
that,
look,
but
I'll make it. Look, if his stats are being nerfed, right, with this unstable Jubito that I argued way earlier in this debate, right, and he's in stationary position, if Minato's chakra stats are nerfed, and we already know that if chakra affects physicals, right, he would be slower, but because he's interacting with a stationary object at this point in time, it would just appear normal. But whenever he turns into a stable Jubito, that's whenever Minato gets caught off guard and just says, "What?" and the fucking shit gets on his arm. That could have happened to anyone. But we can move on because I just want to conclude this debate. I think we already debated this long enough. So I don't like debating for a long time.
Thank fuck.
You hold on. You put that on the basis that Minato's stats are like nerfed, and you said we know this.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Look, yeah.
Hold on, Chrome. Hold on. Let me ask this: what other basis do you have that Minato's stats are nerfed? Because you have nothing. Because you have to. You need.
We already talked. Yeah, we already talked about the day shit, and I already gave the interpretation of what days could be and how it relates to like the chakra sensories and your reaction time and all that shit.
Chrome, that's where your fault is. Like, there's nothing that provides that. I've asked you for it, and this was your feat, and now it's being questioned because you say,
Yeah,
well, we know.
I asked you. I asked you earlier. Wait, hold on. No, I asked you earlier if you wanted me to like provide the scans to show how it affects your physicals, but you did. I don't remember you telling me to like show those scans to show that it does.
Chrome, I don't care about it. You showing me that it can affect it. What I'm pointing out is that you're on the basis like, all right, like you say that his stats and like his physicals are nerfed and stuff like that. What is your context based on that? You provide this feat where like, oh, he goes up to an unstable Jubito and stuff like that. All right, but you use the words, well, since we know that his stats are nerfed and stuff like that, you're putting on the basis that we know his stats are nerfed. We don't. You have yet to prove that. You're putting this feat on a basis that you have not proven yet.
Yeah, well, that's whenever I was gonna like I brought in the interpretation of how chakra set. Like I brought in external information, right, of like the cause of what chakra does and how it correlates to everything. I mean, you didn't want me to provide the scans, but those would be the scans that'd be supported.
You provided how chakra affects your stats. You didn't say whatever that was just now.
Yeah, no, I did mention all of those, and you just said no. Don't provide those, so that's fine. But yeah, but we can conclude on this argument. We conclude. I don't want to like keep on arguing this, bro. I'm already kind of tired of debating.
Minato is not dazed at all. He has no nerfs here. He's literally at his full power.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, I still think he has that daze from the effect of like the Obito and seeing him for the first time.
Well, you have yet to prove that, but we can move on. So.
Do you want me to show the slice and how he reacted?
What, when he sliced Obito's neck?
Yeah, for the first time and saw it was Obito.
What does that prove? Nothing.
That's the initiation, or like that's the impetus or the crux of whenever the stats affected. his mental energy got affected, and that
Okay,
affects your
he
stats.
witnessed this event, but then based on the fact of what we know days means, like he doesn't get.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
no.
I already explained that. I don't want to backtrack.
All right, so you have yet to prove any of it. That's okay.
Yeah, well, the day shit would just coincide with this little Obito argument that I'm making.
It
Right,
does.
a person who, yeah, like the person that would be judging this or listening to this, that would be like the shit that coincides when they understand the argument. So yeah, we can conclude. I'm done debating.
All right, so I mean that's it. You really don't have anything else.
Well, I don't. No, I have more. I'm just not gonna debate longer than this time. Like I don't. I told you I don't like debating for a long time. Like if it gets an hour, I'm just done with it, and it's like 5 minutes till an hour.
I've been recording the entire time. It's only 40 minutes, but whatever. Don't think
Well,
that's gonna
on the Powwow recording, it says what you call it, 9:38. Okay, yeah, you're right, 40 minutes. But I am kind of done with debating. Like this could just be up to the whoever's listening, or whoever just wins these points.
So you know what? I'd be nice and actually give a conclusion. How about that?
I mean, yeah, you can if you want to.
So
But I can provide one.
okay, so I'll start off. So shit. I don't really think the first point matters. Based on the not Jubito, the Tobirama panels, all I posted, we did contend, on this idea about the first couple, like the first two panels. I gave my interpretation. Chrome gave his. He made it all based on assumptions. He didn't prove a most likely case. He just said, yeah, this can happen and yada yada, but he didn't provide any other bases based on just on an assumption he gives. So I don't know about that. And I gave my interpretation, and said it to be most likely, but people can judge that. I really don't care. On the other scans that he posted, he didn't contend these. So these Tobirama scans would just go through since he doesn't contend them. He just like moves on from them, and we just move on to Minato scaling. So the argument would be Minato is in a daze currently, and I provided the context of daze, which unless you're illiterate, I think people can understand what this means. And I have given the context that Minato is not in a daze because he is able to think rationally and react properly to events, meaning that by definition he is no longer in a daze. Chrome does try to refute by saying like, well, he could be in a daze. It's just affecting his chakra and stuff like that. I asked him to elaborate. He goes onto the Minato like goes onto the attack an unstable stationary Jubito and shit like that, but he puts it on the basis that Minato is already dazed, which is what his entire refutation needs to be. He needs to prove that Minato is dazed and weakened, which he doesn't. He just goes over the feet and puts it under the basis that yeah, Minato is already nerfed. So his entire like
Is it over?
sorry, hold on, one last thing. Just so his entire argument just doesn't go through because he's basis that's already being questioned. So
Wait. Hello.
Hello.
Did you finish? Like my service is like kind of messing up.
Yes, I finished my conclusion.
Okay. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so I already concluded on the first point. I mentioned I don't think the unstable Jubito regarding the chakra fluctuations really got properly addressed. I already mentioned the distance of how it affect. I already mentioned how days does affect your physical stats through the Obito argument that I said at the end. That coincides with how chakra could affect your physicals that he didn't ask me to provide evidence for, but I'm just assuming that he's agreeing with those statements. So if he is agreeing with those statements that he would be nerfed in this situation, I already talked about how prior to this, Jubito was in a stationary position, so even if Minato stats were nerfed, it wouldn't appear that way. And for the fact that he says shoot and then teleports could just imply that he's not going at his full speed, and it doesn't matter what his intelligence is to Minato or what his knowledge is to Minato, because he's an Edo, and the TSOs affect the Edos where you no longer are able to reanimate or bring those bodies back, then it would just be more efficient to do this to an Edo character, whatever the cost is. I think that's pretty much it on the conclusion of the debate. So yeah. We can save the recording.
God damn. I was like an hour 30.
No,